Good day, stoners. It's time to bake up. Let's bake up. Alright, got one rolled. So let's do it. Oh, it's itchy. So yeah, let's do it. Let's bake up today with some Vegas cannabis man, maybe. Here's my calendar. Come up, wherever you are. Here it is. That. Oh, here's this shortage article that I was looking for yesterday. Good. Today's June 12th. It says Uruguay's pot is cheaper than a bottle of water. Okay. You don't know how much your water is. Because I can get water for 30 cents a gallon. And if I really want to push it, 25 maybe. While most owners would gladly pay hundreds of dollars an ounce for the chance to smoke pot legally in Uruguay, most people are able to get high for less than the cost of a bottle of water in Uruguay. Ugh. It's chilly right now outside, you guys. It's super chilly. And I need some tissue. No, I don't have any close by. In an attempt to quash illegal marijuana trafficking, the government set the price at around $1 per gram, or around $28 an ounce. Well, I'll be in monkeys, ain't he? Did you know marijuana has been legal for personal use in Alaska since 1975? Says Monday, 4 months ago, February 13th. It's true. And in 2015, it legalized the sale of recreational marijuana. See, I don't remember reading that on normal site that they were legal for both. I don't know. It's hard to keep up with it. I don't live in. You know, it's hard to keep up with it that you don't live in. That's what your job is. Your job is to keep up with your state. So if you're in Alaska and you didn't know that, that's fucked up. Because I probably did mention it. I just didn't remember when I was going through the list of states that was legal this year, I think, or last year. So if that's the case, it's been legal since 1975. I mentioned it. I just didn't remember, but it's like, it's fucking Alaska. At the end of any day, it's fucking Alaska. It's not like it's connected to the country, really. Okay? Let's see. How old is this article? May 5th, 2017. Alright. Let's do these two. This is Nevada news. Yay, yay, yay. Nevada Stoner news. That's what it says. Anticipating the arrival of retail marijuana. On November 8, 2016, the citizens of Nevada approved the legalization of recreational marijuana, along with California, Maine, and Alaska, to join Washington, Oregon, and Colorado, and the District of Columbia, forging new ground in marijuana programs of their own. On November 8, 2016, the citizens of Nevada approved the legalization of recreational marijuana along with California, Maine, and Alaska. Hold up. Why do they do that? They repeat that whole piece again. Alright. Okay, I gotta remember that. Next time I read these articles, I gotta remember to skip a couple sentences because it was already read at the time. So, scratch that. I did that already. Starting up a new heavily regulated and taxed retail industry is a challenge for any state, but cannabis has its own unique obstacles with federal discord and the lack of banking. We are in a good stead, however, as the state of Nevada has never backed down when it comes to taking it incongruous regulatory challenges. Yes, for sure. The NV Department of Taxation, in conjunction with the NV Department of Agriculture, has set the ambiguous goal of July 2017 for recreational cannabis sale under temporary regulations and licenses for existing MMEs that choose to merge into the retail lane. I thought that was just give it all was going to do that, but maybe not. Tripping. The current MMJ market in Nevada is limited to approximately 26,000 Nevada MMJ cardholders, about the same number coming in from out of the state, and no doubt some gray and black market transactions. Looking toward a seamless early rollout of a Nevada retail cannabis market, the writer, only see a staggering escalation in the number of likely cannabis consumers. Let's take a look at the numbers. The approximate 2 million Southern Nevadans over 21 who do not hold a medical card, when combined with the 42 million tourists passing through Las Vegas every year, we arrive at our startling number of 44 million potential recreational cannabis users. If we take the ultra-conservative guess that only 1% of those 44 million are likely cannabis users, while in Las Vegas, that is still 0.44 million or 440,000 cannabis customers, going from 26,000 MMJ cardholders who all gonna be buying weed to 440,000. Damn. Is a 16.9 time fold increase in volume. So yeah, after this we're gonna have to read that storage one. What if the number is closer to a conservative 10%? Oh fuck. Oh fuck. And this is only in a couple of weeks. And people are ready. And if they come and it's not legal yet, they gotta wait another month. That's the only thing that's gonna save patients. Just that delay. And then that'll trip people up a lot, because then they're not gonna come back the next month just for the weeks. Not everybody anyway. Everybody don't get the opportunity to come to Vegas twice in life. So it's like you gotta take that into consideration. That's the only thing that's gonna stop some of those people from coming back. It's just the fact that it's just not possible. And that'd be sucky as hell, but shit. That's the gamble you take fucking with this city. It's always a gamble. Everything's a gamble. From your ticket to the plane to your ass getting back home in one piece. Whether the ultra-conservative or the conservative prediction turns out to be correct, that type of meteoric volumetric increase will be unique to only one place. Vegas, baby. It says that. It says it right there. Vegas, baby. This dramatic increase in demand will reverberate from cultivator to producer, independent third-party testing lab, and on to dispensary and all ancillary suppliers. We should all be looking around and asking the same question: will Nevada's existing cannabis production, testing, and dispensing capabilities be agile enough to equal the demand and supply of cannabis and cannabis-based products that retail could sell? Today, I have to say that it is hard to not envision a cannabis shortage in Nevada right around Labor Day. Okay. You just gotta stock the fuck up. Damn. Above all, let's learn from the other states that have already jumped into the duality of regulating the production, testing, and distribution of both medical and retail cannabis. Notably, that would be Washington, Oregon, and Colorado. From experience, we know that standing up to the dichotomy of the two cannabis programs present an enormous opportunity to reflect on what has worked and did not work under the medical program and iron out the wrinkles moving forward. I am happy to report that Nevada is currently going through the rather cumbersome and stalwart process of writing temporary regulations for retail cannabis by looking back in order to see the path forward. That's cool, I guess. There are, however, weighty intricacies at play and seemingly in the hands of a few self-selective individuals with their own interests closely held. For example, what are the necessary boundaries between medical and retail? What designates a batch or a dose? And what about eliminating strain deception with mandatory strain authentication? What about instituting required homogeneity testing of edibles? Maybe it is a good idea to test cannabis extracts for adulterants after all. Vape cartridge ingredient disclosure? Should there be limits on the quantity of cannabis a tourist can purchase? And what state agency presides over what aspects of the rollout? Let's not forget about medical cannabis and patients currently served under the program. I am confident that Nevada is going to get it right, ultimately focusing on patient and consumer safety. And you, the reader, should be doing your part by being a participant in the process. Give public comment, stand up for those who can't, and be an advocate for the cannabis consumers. Demand full disclosure of ingredients in your vape cartridge. Support your local independent testing labs as they are friendly, scientific gatekeepers ensuring cannabis product safety and authenticity at the dispensary. Boy, boy, boy. This is just like, ooh. This can happen in anybody's state. I don't know how it happened in the other states, how if they came up with a shortage, you know, but it's like, I got my specific brand, and I have checked a lot of places have it on deck. Facebook, Twitter, Google Plus, and Pinterest, this shit. And it's like, man, it's so much weed out there. It's kind of hard to say that people are going to be like on it like that. It's already hard to find now. I don't know. We just got to see what happened. And so it says here in the next article, Vegas Cannabis Mag, is a cannabis shortage coming to Nevada? Let's see what they say. Detail about the shortage. You can get ready for it. And if you don't have a plug, you just don't have a plug. I'm not going to read that up there at the top. I'm just going to stress right at the bottom. It says, it starts off saying, I don't want to cause any panic. Yeah. I know, right? But let's look at some numbers. Yeah, I know. It's like, it's hard to not panic. But it's hard to not think about what the solutions can be so that you don't panic. So, Nevada has approximately, I'm going to read this one anyway. The numbers look different. But Nevada has approximately 2.9 million residents. Of those residents, 27,953 hold medical marijuana ID cards. That's almost 10 people per 1,000 who have medical access to cannabis. To be honest, I thought this number would be larger. That's what he said. I was just thinking of myself too. I don't know what to expect. I didn't know what to expect. In November 2016, 1.1 million Nevadans turned out to vote on question 2, which allows for recreational cannabis sales. 1.1 million. Of those 1.1 million voters, 602,400 of them cast for the legislative initiative. To be honest, I also thought this number would be larger. This is coming from the writer. What is his name? Jack Rank. These are more than 600,000 assumed customers living in the state. 600,000. Last year, 42,936,109 tourists visited Las Vegas. As of August 2016, 1 in 8 Americans claim they use marijuana. That's 13% of the United States population, or 5 million 581,694 tourists. Whoa, who will descend on Las Vegas' dispensaries like a pack of slavery hyenas. But you don't want to cause panic. At a glance, 27,952 MMJ patients versus 6,184,094 potential rec users. That's tourists plus residents who voted yes on question 2. That enormous potential customer base will be hard for business to ignore. And what happens July 1st when recreational sales start? If we divide the 5,581,694 potential annual cannabis tourists by 12 months, that's 725,620 recreational purchases just in July. Don't forget about the 602,400 people who voted yes onto the group that assumed local purchases. Projections for July. The same 27,952 MMJ patients will be up against 1,328,000. 20 possible recreational consumers. We just got a new shop opened up too. This question is on every patient's mind. Will there be enough medicine to go around? They gonna have to transport some of that shit, import some of that shit from Cali and Colorado if it's gonna be like that. It is the summertime. It is the 4th of July. It is right before, oh boy. Ooh, I'm glad I don't work in the dispensaries now because this don't seem like it's gonna be fun for now. The answer isn't clearly available, obviously. Some dispensaries are in a better position than others, especially those with the ability to produce their own stock. Joseph, store manager at Silver Sage Wellness. We've always been patient focused, and that won't change just because we also sell to rec users. We're taking the initiative and putting steps in place to provide the best patient experience possible. We're fortunate to have a cultivation license and are confident we'll be able to meet our patients' needs as well as our recreational users' needs. I've never shopped there, I don't think. I'm pretty sure I haven't. Matt Gardner, VP of Shango, Las Vegas. I don't think I've been there either. Has been mulling over the problem of a potential cannabis shortage. Las Vegas is like nothing else. Colorado, Washington, or other rec sales states are experiencing an increase in cannabis tourism. But Vegas is already one of the most visited cities in the world. We just do not know what to expect. Things are moving so quickly now, and it's inevitable that some places will run short on product. Yeah, it's true. It's just too much going on. It's too much going on within the next 365 days for this not to get really wild. Inevitably, bringing us back to the primary concern medical marijuana patients have, that they're suffering from a rec-driven shortage. Conversations I've had with other industry professionals reflect Gardner and Joseph's sentiments, particularly when it comes to patient services. Expect dispensaries to cater to their medical patients to be the best of their abilities, and don't expect them to sit on product for medical patients. This definitely applies to specialty products like edibles, extract, and topicals, which are on the rise among all users. Some patients can't or don't smoke flowers, and these specialty products are their only treatment option. I think it's going to be enough. It's enough. It's going to be enough. Gardner is also making plans to ensure patient services aren't interrupted. REC exists because of what is laid out by medical patients. We at Shango will do everything we can to make sure our medical patients get the product they need. While more Nevada cultivation operations are on the way, the questions on everyone's mind are, have the limited number of growers produced enough crop for recreational rollout? That's pretty much what I was thinking too, yeah. And do they have enough in pre-production to sustain the state going forward? Man, you would think they would be ready for this, because shit, before we got legal like that, like before we got the stores, it was like hella people out here getting money and they all just disappeared with the first legal store open. It's like, where did all of those motherfuckers go? Did they just go back to where they came from and never to return? I don't think so. I think they'll be back. Maybe in a different fashion with a different name. It says it's impossible to answer this question right now. We'll just have to wait and see what happens comes July 1st. Although, looking at other recreational sales states as a guide, medical marijuana patients are in danger. What? Losing out to recreational users. And dispensaries are fueling this problem. Oregon recently divided dispensary oversight between two separate organizations. Medical cannabis is overseen by the Oregon Health Authority, and the Oregon Liquor is controlled by the Oregon Liquor Control Commission. And they are also going to be handling recreational cannabis. Okay. So what's that mean? Dispensaries can hold a license by one or the other agency, but not both in the same location. What? Larger dispensary chains can hold both licenses and operate individual sites respectively. Oh, that'd be nice. But single location businesses are forced to choose between selling medical or recreational cannabis. Guess which they're choosing? This is some dirty shit. I don't like this. I don't like this. It's like, if they're not going to be loyal to us, that's not good. That's not good at all. That's a bad look. That's a bad look. I mean, it's like, that's a bad look. That's all I'm going to say. As it stands now, Nevada has no such restriction, and dispensaries can sell recreational and medical cannabis in the same location. Oh, I'm tripping. Because I know I've seen some places have split into two locations. They used to only be just one, and now they're splitting them up into two locations, and they're not like in places where you would think they're just trying to cover ground. They just like in two places that are kind of close to each other and not super far. Let's see. But Nevada has no experience in recreational sales. Like, what the fuck could the difference be? And could very well turn to other states' example of regulation and oversight. Yeah, I could see that happening, but that just kind of like just make it a little harder for people to get their medicine. Yeah, because like if you got two locations that we can go to now, I'm kind of gonna be feeling spoiled. Like if I'm on this side of town, I can go to this one, or if I'm on that side of town, I can go to that one. Then if they separate them, one is rec and one is medical. It's like, well, if it's rec, then I just don't have to show my medical card. I could just show my regular ID now. So maybe it'll work out. Like you don't have to have your medical card for that. It won't. You get a higher price, that's for sure. You definitely gonna have to pay those taxes, those recreational taxes if you go to the recreational store. That's gonna be crazy. A rec store versus a medical store. They still gonna be having the same supplies if it's gonna be the same company, just two different locations. Plus they're gonna then they'll be sitting on medicine for patients if they choose to save a lot for this store versus that store. So it's so messy. It's just a messy slush. That's what this is. It's finally clearing out though. Here. It's just a mess though. It is a mess. I hope they keep them good records. Baloney mess. Especially with the confusion over who will be the official cannabis distributors in Nevada. The job was offered to currently licensed liquor distributors who temporarily passed on the invitation. Stephanie Silverstein, spokesperson for the Department of Taxation and CFO at Lee's Discount Liquor. We haven't picked a side one way or the other. We're waiting to get some guidance and information from the state and everyone involved in it to find out how it's going to be structured. We're interested in learning more about it. In other words, we'll wait a year or so and then do what other states have done. That's what the liquor store is ganging up with the weed shops for. Because they've been having like some shit going on and they like moving in next door to each other. Then they throwing parties together. And it's like, what the fucking hell is up ahead? So it's just like, what the hell? Who the fuck thought of that shit is what I was thinking. But this shit has been planned for years before now. It's just amazing though. It's like the liquor store and the weed store, that's so asking for drama. It seems like it's just asking for only things missing is gunplay. But I don't be hearing nothing bad happening about that up in them areas. So it seems nobody knows what to do right now, and everyone is scared of making a mistake, so they do nothing. Much of this fear comes from the fact that cannabis is still federally illegal, making support industry professionals nervous. Big ass mess. That's what this whole article should have been called. Oh, shit. The whole cannabis industry is watching Las Vegas right now. There's never been another rec rollout with the tourist potential our city offers. One thing's for sure. July 1st, we'll see long lines pouring out of every dispensary across the city. It'll make the local news. It'll make the national news. It'll go viral. Things might get a little hectic over this summer, but everything will be fine once Nevada cannabis businesses hit their stride. Man, the lines was already getting long. If you're a medical marijuana patient worried about a cannabis shortage, check out these helpful tips on how you can protect yourself. Oh, thanks. This is good. This is good. Let's see. Number one, buy in quantity. As a medical patient, you can purchase up to 2.5 ounces of cannabis every 2 weeks, or the equivalent in edibles or extracts. If you think you may be affected by a medicine shortage during recreational rollout, stock up now. Yeah, but if you smoke, like, I guess that'll work. You could just get it all. Ain't nobody go. I mean, some people smoke that much, but rarely smoke that much. I could smoke 2 ounces in 2 weeks. And then I can have a half left over and a whole bunch of extracts, because it's hard for me to smoke all that wax. The wax takes a long time. So, it could work. It could work. It could work. You really gotta budget. It's just like with your cash and your pennies. Your dollars and your pennies. Your dollars is the flour. Your pennies is the extracts. The penny's gonna go faster just because they're smaller, period. Not because they're not strong enough. But, yeah. Yeah, you just gotta really, really be careful. You gotta make sure you know what you need, get what you need, and you gotta be right on. If you off anytime for the next 3-4 months, you might get fucked. Reserve your order online is number 2. After July 1st, you can expect dispensaries to be much busier with recreational purchasers. Beat the rush by ordering online. As a patient, you can have your medicine delivered, therefore by avoiding crowds. Good idea. Number 3, get your preferred products now. If there's a particular strain or delivery system that treats your systems best, stock up on that product before July 1st. Stocking up is especially applicable if you use tinctures, edibles, or extracts. Expect for these specialty products to sell out quickly, especially mean anything other than flour. Number 4, make friends with your bud tender. Psst. Yeah, that's easy to do. Introduce yourself to your bud tenders, who are a great source of information and can tell you about current and future product stock. What they have been like telling me lately, well, they don't tell us anymore. So what they do is they text the patients. If you want to get on their mailing list, they text you deals every day, which is cool. Number 5, check the menus first. Well, yeah, duh. That's the smart thing to do. That's the obvious thing to do. Why you want to be sitting in there for hours trying to read a menu, or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 when you get there? That's going to take a whole nother hour, 6 or 7. And you could be just smoking your weed at home, checking the menu, and then go and get your shit, like, or have it delivered. Anyway. So check the menu first, especially if you're looking for a particular product or strain. Dispensaries use online services to let their customer know what's currently in stock. Those things don't always be up to date because people be coming to get that shit. They'll be cleared the fuck out. Checking menus before going to a dispensary will save you time and frustration. On that note, you should also call they ass just in case, because they can have it on the menu and they don't have it in stock. Or they can have it in the menu and don't have that amount in stock, which happens. So it's like, especially if you're trying to stock up. If you're trying to stock up and you want whatever the fuck they got, man, you gotta know they're gonna have that shit. Because once you get ready to get this shit done, it's a lot of work, honestly. But it's fun work, it's good work, and it's worth it work. Facebook, Twitter, Google+, Pinterest, that shit. You know, it's worth it once you get the hang of it. And up until then, it's just hard. It's worth it still. It's just harder. So that's why I'm here, though. Duh, to make life easier for everybody. Because I know how hard it is. And on top of that, if I forget some shit, I can go back and be like, hey, I remember when I did it. And I just look at the video too, you know? I don't have to keep trying to find all this shit. This is a lot of fucking shit to be looking for and to be reading. So having it on video, I really fucking appreciate this shit. It's like having an audio book on video. Like, yeah. A book on audio, I mean. Yeah. Audiobooks. You gotta love audiobooks. You just have to. If you don't like audiobooks, you just tripping. You just tripping. You tripping. You gotta be tripping. How can you hate on audiobooks? It's like I love to read, but you know, after so many hours, you're gonna get tired, and then you need like a mental break or just an eyeball break. Not even a mental break, just an eyeball break. You wanna keep reading. You wanna hear the rest of the story. You can't put the book down. You just can't. It's just glued to your fingers. You go into the bathroom with a book. You know. Shit. You just gotta have it. That's why they made audiobooks for the addicts. Yeah, man. This shit is crazy. Hey, yeah, at that time, I was gonna burn this, but this shit be burning my lips, man. Like, this is as close as I could get to the roach before it started burning. My shit started fucking burning. I really don't like that. I think between the burning and the residue is what makes Black Lab's lips. If you want a pair of Obama lips, I suggest you don't use a filter and let it burn the roach. So you're right about the nothingness. Every time. And use swishers. Guaranteed black lips. Yeah. Never have to use brown lipstick again. It's that time, man. I got shit to do. I know you do shit, so let's do it. Thanks for rolling with me, though. Yeah. Have a high ass, dank ass, have a high ass, dank ass, baked ass, incredible edible ass day. How nice. Until next time.